Hewlett-Packard is spinning off its consumer business from its enterprise business, and it's the subject of today's Merger Talk. 2014 looks like the year of the spin-out. HP is the latest in a series of Silicon Valley companies that are choosing to spin assets out rather than face a wave of activists that are going to be coming this proxy season. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's only been about a week since we saw eBay say they were going to spin off their PayPal business. And about a year, we've seen a lot of media groups do the same, spinning off their publishing assets. For instance, Time Warner Inc. In June spun off its Time Inc. magazine. And about a year ago, we saw News Corp break away from 21st Century Fox. Now, all of these moves, several of them coming from activist pressure has given rise to a lot of these companies' stocks, eBay, for instance.
And a dignified new step for HP, founded in 1939 by Bill Hewitt and David Packard in what else? A garage in California. They're splitting off HP Inc., which is going to be the laptops, printers, and 3D printers business, so it's not all legacy assets. That's going to be led by Dion Weisler, who's an executive with the company now. That's going to be separate from HP Enterprise, which is cloud, corporate hardware, and services. And so what they're going to do basically is that they want to have their faster growing enterprise business separate from the legacy business of the printers. Again, we had all seen HP kind of decline. The Compaq deal wasn't terribly accretive for them. Their autonomy deal was just an outright disaster. The company isn't back to the peak that it was in the 90s, and it doesn't look like it's ever going to get there independently. But now, as a spun out company, it looks like the two HPs won't be competing with one another, but will be competing with big companies in Silicon Valley for years to come.
Yeah, and who knows who's next? We could see other tech companies out there targeted by activists. Cisco, for instance, or EMC, which is under pressure to spin off its VMware business. We could also see these companies pressured to issue share buybacks or, among other things. Another couple companies on the deal's activist watch list are companies like Cablevision and Checkpoint Systems.
And again, a lot of this is being driven by proxy season out in the West Coast. We're going to continue to see tons of annual meetings coming up at different companies. Like you said, Cisco is one of them. It's going to be really interesting to see for the remainder of the year how we continue to see companies spun out from one another. It doesn't look like HP is going to be the last one, but we'll probably be back discussing a new one at our next Merger Talks.